So this old song, I just love playing this old song. This old song was written about a hobo. I never met him, but I read his obituary, and he really touched me. He grabbed me, he jumped out of his obituary and stole my heart somehow. I'm not sure when I became an obituary reader, but ladies and gentlemen, you are looking at a New York Times obituary reader. Every day I read the New York Times obituaries. There's always someone interesting. The stories told in that section of the paper are always well written. The best obituaries in the obituary business. And I don't know what the requirements are to get yourself an obituary in the New York Times. I mean, being dead's only one of them. There's something that you had to have done with your life that it's not fame that it's not just some famous people don't get in there, actually. I think it has something to do with being serving others, having in some way contributed. Like the woman who invented liquid paper got a New York Times obituary. Well, who knew? She was a secretary who got tired of retyping shit. She invented liquid paper and didn't have to be a secretary anymore. Yeah, I do. I love the New York Times obituaries. I don't know if y'all know it, but we lost Dr. John today. And his New York Times obituary flashed across my screen in the green room. Read it, y'all. Read it. He talks about being a petty criminal, being taught how to play by a black man from Fats Domino's band in a day when whites and blacks didn't do that. White people didn't have black piano teachers. But Dr. John did, and he said, "It's beautiful, man, it's beautiful." And he talked about being a petty criminal and not being good at much except forging prescriptions. He perfected that. So the great Dr. John, we're going to miss him. His music was certainly a part of my life and a huge contribution to the culture and the establishment of New Orleans as a music city. But yeah, I was reading the New York Times obituaries in a hotel room when this hobo's obituary grabbed me. His name was Steam Train Maury Graham. And his obituary had a headline that said, Steam Train Maury Graham, king of the hobos, dead at age 89. And I thought, my goodness, who is this guy? I always thought Utah Phillips was king of the hobos. I mean, he told me he was. He also told me if it wasn't for Joe McCarthy, he'd have never been a musician. McCarthyism forced him into a completely different career. But I thought, who made him king? Who made this guy, Steam Train Maury, king? How does that work? And I found out that North American hobos gather every summer for the annual Hobo Convention held in Britt, Iowa. They've been doing it for over 100 years. They'll be doing it this summer. And at their convention, they elect their king. Steam Train was elected king more times than any other man. And he was a beloved figure, I guess. He was well known in the hobo world. His name and typed in picture, and what I saw looked to me like a damn hobo. If I ever saw one, he looked like a hobo. Central casting, man, he looked like a hobo like no other. Exactly what you would expect, like Santa Claus the day after Christmas. Santa Claus with a walking stick. He had really mischievous eyes, and he grabbed me. So I wrote a song for him. I found out that the hobos' elections are kind of cool. They allow anyone to nominate themselves who wants to be king of the hobos. You have to just be a hobo, that's all. If you want to be king, then you are given the chance to stand on a milk crate in front of your community and for 10 minutes address your community as to why you should be king. The elections are held by a show of applause, and whoever gets the most applause wins. The entire process takes under 3 hours, and ladies and gentlemen, it's way better than the process we're currently trapped in. The term is 1 year. No matter how bad they do, it's over in a year. Old steam train Maury died last night. His wife wandered by his side. He caught the westbound out of here, up the high irons to the by and by. They say he jumped 10,000 trains, rode 1,000,000 miles for free, helped out at VA hospitals and penitentiaries. Dandy Dave and Rusty Nails and Sweet Lady Sugar Cane, Dead-Eye Kate and the Baloney Kid raise a cup tonight in Steam Train's name. Senators and congressmen, puppets on a string. Among windswept vagabonds, Steam Train was king. He was the last. Of the Hobo Kings. He was the last. Of the Hobo Kings. Bums just drink and wander around. Tramps dream and wander too. But a hobo was a pioneer, and he preferred to work for food. He knew how this nation was doing by the length of a sidewalk cigarette butt. Born with an aching wanderlust embedded in his gut. Hounded, beaten, laughed at, broke, chased out of every town with his walking stick scepter, with his shredded coffee can crown the last of the Hobo Kings. He was the last. Of the Hobo Kings. Hobos, Steinbeck said, and paid them cash. The stories he bought from them helped him write the Grapes of Wrath. But boxcars have been sealed for years, and trespassers do time, and railroad yards are razor wire. Now hoboing's a crime. So here's to you, steam train Maury. Hold that westbound tight as you ride off into history. The last hobo, the last ride, the last.